All right, everybody, what is going on? Good morning. Kind of took the day off yesterday. I know I posted the one video, but yesterday my internet was out and I didn't have videos queued up. So I just decided, even though my internet did come back later in the day, that I was just going to go ahead and chill out. And nothing really happened later in the day yesterday anyway. So we're back to it. We're back to taking a look at the final handful of positions that are worth discussing in this draft. We're going to be moving on to center today, and we're also going to be finishing center today because we've only got a couple videos to get through here. Going to be talking about the center spot today. This first video is going to be the guys that are projected to go in the third day. And actually, all four of these guys we're going to talk about in this video are third round projections. So all kind of grouped together here. But yeah, this is kind of like your day two group. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. More on them later. And we're going to start things off here with a player that did not finish his 2025 season, Connor Lew, Auburn product, 21 when the season starts, so still very young. And this is interesting. This guy had an opportunity to maybe end up a second round pick, maybe even in a draft this bad. I wonder if he could have been a first rounder if he had had a strong end of the season. I don't know. But he got hurt. And now he's projected by the big boards to be about a third round pick. Maybe he creeps into the second. So there's an opportunity here to get somebody who might be better than his draft slotting just because of that. So he's 6'3", 310 pounds. So he's got decent size. Arm length is workable for a center. 9-inch hands are very small, I guess, but he gets it done. And I think he's still recovering from the injury. So the only thing he did was bench press, and he did well at that. So big boards, we got some thirds, we got some seconds, we got some fourths, and the aggregate puts him in the third. Now, his PFF grade last year was kind of disappointing. His pass rush numbers or pass protection numbers are fine, but it is worth noting that even when he was healthy in 2025, the production, the play was not considered to be as good as some people hoped. So there is some possibility here that we're kind of allowing absence to make the heart grow fonder. I don't know. I don't think so, though. So positives with Connor Lew, he's good at handling, changing protections at the line. He calls stuff out. He gets players in the right assignments. When he's healthy, he is a good athlete. I know he didn't do much at the combine, but he's still hurt. He gets out of his stance fast after snapping. He goes from hiking the ball to up in his stance fast. He's got some power. He can use leg drive to clear run lanes. He is a locker room leader for Auburn, and I think he will be in the NFL as well. And he's comfortable in space. So he gives you a little bit of just about everything you could want. Now, the ACL tear, that took away some of his final season, and it leaves us not having a full idea of what this guy is. More athletic rushers can challenge his edges a little bit, I think. If you are like a 3-tech or a blitzing linebacker, maybe, it's tough. Doesn't have a lot of pure power. Footwork needs refinement. And I think this rookie year for him is going to be, he's not going to do much. He's not ready, especially coming off the injury. So you're going to have to sign on with a punt year. But this is really intriguing to me. I think this opens up an opportunity to acquire him with a lower pick than he would have been if he was healthy. You just have to live with that punted rookie year. So I'd go late second. I don't think late second would be bad. I think that's worth the risk. Do you like sports? If you do, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players' projections and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. I've had a great time using Prize Picks so far. It makes this daily fantasy thing so easy and fun, and it even makes watching the games way more exciting. And with the cool social feeds feature, you can share lineups with your friends and even follow partners to tail or fade their picks. Obviously, we're in the NFL offseason right now, but we've got basketball, baseball, hockey, all kinds of other stuff, so don't be afraid to test things out in whatever sport clicks with you. You can even pick multiple sports in the same lineup and sweat everything at once. And don't forget about team picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So, download Prize Picks, America's #1 sports app. And don't forget, Code HMA, that is HMA, gives you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. Okay, so moving on from Connor Liu onto our next guy here, we have Sam Hecht. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Sam Hecht of Kansas State. He's kind of bumped up the boards a little bit recently. 23. He's got decent size. He's a little bit smaller than some of the other guys, I guess, but historically speaking, compared to other centers, he's about the right size. Remember, things have gotten a little bit bigger in recent years, I think. Arms are pretty short, not critically so, but it's not great. 31 and 5/8. Hands about average. He tested okay. The 40 was good. The split was good, but he didn't jump very well. 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle, you kind of wish he was a little bit more athletic, given that he's not that big. Big boards, mostly like third, little bit of actually, CBS has him in the 6th. Walter has him in the 2nd. Aggregate puts him in the 3rd. So he's coming off a pretty impressive 2025 season. 0 penalties, 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits allowed, only 7 hurries. So the actual numbers are very strong. Obviously, some of that is because of the team he's playing on, but he actually has not allowed a quarterback hit or sack in 2 years. So Hecht is definitely doing something right. So he's got a very unique combination of strength and athletic prowess overall. So there's some really cool stuff there. Sorry about that. Had to answer my phone. So there is a good combination here. He knows how to use the angles and position to win run blocking reps. So he understands that stuff. He has a good grip of that. He stays locked onto his man with his latch. He's got a nice firm latch, hard to break once he engages. His pass rush mirror is sufficient for center, maybe not other positions, but he's going to be fine as a center. And I don't think he has guard flexibility anyway because his arms are too short. So he is smaller. He has sawed-off arms. So buyer beware a little bit with that. It's not going to get better. He will get swallowed up by bigger defenders. If you put this guy straight up on a nose tackle, it's not going to end well. He needs to get low better. He needs to learn how to play with leverage better. He can get beat to the sides by better rushers a little bit. They can challenge his edges just a little bit. And he doesn't have a lot of pop into contact. So it's a little bit more finesse, and you wish he was a better athlete given the fact that he's more of a finesse player. So he's fundamentally sound, pretty good in space. There are limitations here. Just understand what you're getting into. I do like how fundamentally sound he is. I get the sense that he's going to maximize his potential, but his potential isn't crazy high. So late 2nd, early 3rd does hit about right for me. I think that's fine. So yeah, Sam Hecht, pretty good. Next guy is going to be Logan Jones, another one of these Iowa offensive linemen, 24 years old here, kind of short, kind of light, not even 300 pounds, very short arms, almost critically short, 30 and 3/4, 9.5-inch hands, okay, whatever. Very, very athletic, though. He makes up for his size with speed. So he's 4'9", 40, 157 split is okay, too. Vert and Broad were both really good. 3-cone was great. The 20-yard shuttle was decent, too. So, good athlete. Big boards. We got some 3rds. We got some 4ths. Aggregate puts him in the late 3rd right now. So, barely a top 100 pick. PFF grades last 2 years have been really good. He's allowed 1 sack and 2 hurries last year. The year before that, it was no sacks, 1 hit, 4 hurries. 2 combined penalties over the last 2 years. So, very clean numbers. So, in terms of his actual level of play in college, really, really good. Goes from his snap to his stance very fast here. He's not late out of his snap. He's athletic and comfortable doing zone blocking, so you can put him on the move, and he's going to both be quick enough to do it well and comfortable enough to do it well because he's familiar with it. Technique, when it comes to hand placement, is very good. Knows where to place his hands. He understands leverage. He understands how to get low. He understands the necessity of getting low. He's also cerebral when faced with a tricky front. He knows how to move around, knows how to reframe things, knows how to make sure he's in the right spot. He can generate some movement in the run game as well, despite being a smaller guy. He does have leg drive. He does have the ability to hit with pop. The tiny arms are a problem. He's going to lose a lot of battles just because his arms are so short. He's small, and there's not a lot he can do about that. He's not even 300 pounds. Doesn't have the greatest anchor, so power guys are going to push him around. And he's already 24, so he's not going to improve that much in other areas either because he's already pretty close to his prime. So he's not that strong. He is a zone player. He's meant to play on the move. He's meant to play in space. He's meant to be able to utilize his athleticism, and that's great. You just know what you're getting. So fundamentally sound, I think he'll be fine. Physically limited, but in a draft like this, I'm down with it. So middle third round hits me. I think middle third round's okay. Maybe late third round because he's 24, but I think he's going to be fine at the next level. And last guy in this video is going to be Jake Slaughter of Florida here. Jake Slaughter. So 23. Kind of tall, a little bit lean, which is not great. 303 pounds is okay. These days, centers are typically a little bit heavier, but only a little. Arms are actually pretty decent for a center, 39th percentile, big hands. He tested very well. Good 40, good split. Byrd and Broad were both big. Mostly a third round pick on the aggregate. That's where he is on other big boards as well. He's a fourth rounder on CBS. His play over the last 2 years has been very good. He allowed 4 total pressures last year, almost 80 PFF, 82 the year before that. 7 penalties in 2025, though. So that's a little bit of a concern. So he's got some real strength and power to him. He does play physically. He's not a finesse guy, even though he kind of looks like one. He's also athletic and smooth in space. He can handle that kind of stuff, even though he's a little bit awkwardly built. He reads defenses from the center spot and knows how to adjust pre-snap and put players in the right place. So he's got the pre-snap element of playing center down. He's a high-effort player, motor always running, and he punches powerfully, and his punches land firmly. So plenty to like. These days, I think you'd want a center that's slightly bigger. Now, the caveat there is I think he has the frame to add a little more weight, so that may not be a problem. The height, however, is an issue with leverage, so he's got to learn to work around that or just live with the suboptimal outcome. His anchor really does not go that well because he's too tall. It's hard for him to anchor down. And he doesn't really generate a lot of leg drive in the run game despite his strength and power. And there is a little bit of over-aggression here. So I'm not a big fan of the height. That makes me a little bit concerned. I don't really like that. But I think he'll be competent. I think he'll be a decent all-around center, capable NFL center. I wouldn't look for him to provide power, but I think he'll be okay in that area, and he's a good athlete. So I go late third round there. So I do think he is a day 2 guy. All right, that will do it for this group of centers. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys later. We're going to wrap up the center look with the day 3 guys. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys soon. Go Hawks.